Hey, what's going on everyone? How's it going? It's Nong here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the leaks that have popped up recently regarding Penumbra. And I typically like to avoid this kind of videos, don't really make a lot of videos on leaks or unconfirmed stuff. Mostly because a lot of the leaks that we find seem very fake, too impossible to be something that's actually coming. But this one is different, and it definitely seems a lot more legit and within the reason of the things that we are getting in Penumbra. Alright, so let's take a look at some of this. It's not a lot of information, it's just a little bit. We get to find out a little bit about the story, an extra activity that's going to be introduced with Penumbra, and some of the exotic weapons that we should be expecting. So first of all, for the story, it says that we will return to the Leviathan and discover the source of Callus's power. This is also the first place where we're going to get a tease of the new darkness enemies, which are going to be introduced later on, and apparently supposed to be those creatures that the Drifter talks about in his lore entry when he encountered them on an icy planet. The next season is also set to have another pinnacle activity, which is going to be a blend of puzzle solving and wave based combat, kind of like Prison of Elders or an escape room. So this one actually sounds kind of interesting, and it sounds a lot like the thing that we got with Niobe Labs in Black Armory. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if Niobe Labs was actually their test to see how the community will react and make changes accordingly based on the feedback that we gave with Niobe Labs. So I wouldn't be surprised if this activity was something like Niobe Labs, but maybe a little bit less difficult, at least according to the puzzle aspect of Niobe Labs, since this would have matchmaking, so you don't want super complicated puzzles with matchmaking. And lastly, we have a couple of the exotic weapons that are supposed to be coming this season. And we have Rose. We have been wanting Rose in the game for quite a while. Ever since that we have known about the story of Thorn, there's always been a demand for the Rose hand cannon, just because it would be amazing to have, at least from a lore standpoint. So I know a lot of the people that are really into the lore will definitely appreciate finally being able to see and actually play with Rose. After that, we have the Hawkmoon, another one of those Destiny 1 weapons returning. And, you know, another exotic hand cannon. And trust me, I really love my exotic hand cannons. Some of my favorite weapons in the game are exotic hand cannons. But I think that right now it's getting a little bit ridiculous with all the exotic hand cannons. It seems like we're getting too many exotic hand cannons and not enough of the other weapons. We haven't got an exotic pulse rifle in a while. And also we haven't really seen a sidearm either. So even though, you know, I enjoy my exotic hand cannons, I'm kind of sad that we're not getting some other type of weapon. But that being said, I'm still looking forward to the Hawkmoon, and I'm actually quite interested in the way that Bungie's gonna introduce it into Destiny 2 and make it more in line with the hand cannons, since they always have been changing something about the hand cannons for the most part by making them better. So I wonder how they're gonna try to make the Hawkmoon better. And the final weapon that we have here is the Dark Drinker. Yes, the spin to win exotic sword. And do I really need to say more? The Dark Drinker was an amazing sword for doing damage, for just clearing out ads. It was the way that exotic swords are supposed to be. Although some exotic swords in Destiny 2 are fun, none of them really compared to the Destiny 1 counterparts when it comes to use the raw damage or the usability of the swords. They just haven't been able to live up to the hype of the Destiny 1 swords. So now will Dark Drinker come in and actually be a viable option? And will we actually start to see swords a lot more in PvE? Who knows, we're just gonna have to wait and find out. But from Destiny 1, the Dark Drinker was definitely a fan favorite. So I'm really hoping that if it does come into D2, it is gonna be as good as it used to, and it won't be used to shadow its former self. Hopefully them bringing Dark Drinker into D2 also brings some sword buffs, especially in the ammo department for all the swords in Destiny 2, because they definitely need it. But that's all the information that we have so far, which all sounds pretty possible, and I could definitely see us getting all this stuff in the next season. So even though that I believe that this leak is pretty real, at the end of the day it is just a leak, and all this stuff here might be just completely wrong, and we may not even see any of these weapons. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, with that we're gonna end today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Leave a like you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel in case you guys aren't already. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about these leaks? Are you happy that we're getting some more exotic hand cannons, or are you disappointed that we're not getting some other types of weapons? Anyways, thank you for watching today, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care everyone, have a good day.